Okay, in 3, 2, welcome back to another episode of Born Again Bowhunting Podcast. If you're watching the video series here, we got a special guest here. He's been off on a hiatus for a while.
I've been on maternity leave.
It's good to have you back,
It's
Jerry.
good to have Jerry back.
It's good to be back.
Feels more like home now that like everybody's here and the table's bigger and like, you know.
It's odd when you do something once a week for, months and months, and then all of a sudden you don't for a month. It's like, it really just gets you all out of whack.
Yeah.
You're here a lot faster than I thought you were going to be, honestly. I think even in one of the podcasts I mentioned like
Matt
6
mentioned
months.
Maybe in October he'll be back.
Well,
I honestly didn't think you were going to, not a bad thing. I just thought it was going to take you guys longer to adapt.
no, I mean, it's going good, and I mean, I'm sure Hannah would have loved if I would have stayed home, but everything's going good right now, and
So why don't you just tell everybody how things are going?
Yep. So my wife and I now this will be like 4 weeks. So we had a baby girl. So it was a little rocky at the beginning, but everything is cruising now. It's going good. Reagan Grace Fallaway.
Hey,
So
remember the name.
that's right.
She kept you up all
She
night
is gonna
last
be a
night.
killer. Yeah, last night was rough, but it's all right. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's gonna be a killer.
that's awesome.
I can tell.
That's awesome. Anybody else got anything going on in their lives before we get into this podcast? Chromes? Kev?
Really?
Didn't you do a shoot?
Yeah,
How'd that go?
it went okay. Yeah, I went field sectionals, NFA field sectionals. It was good. I had a nice time.
Cromer says it went okay. Listen. So he calls me the other day and he's like, hey, just check some standings, and Kansas posted their whole state. So this is a sectional, you shoot against other people all over the nation, but you turn in your score from your local range. And Cromer beat everybody in Kansas. So
Take that, Kansas.
so he's over here like, oh,
Yeah, but still,
it's
that's
all right.
sweet.
Yeah, the bow shot well, and yeah, so it's gonna be cool to see the rest of the scores rolling out from like Michigan, Indiana, Illinois.
So who do you think's
Kansas.
your biggest competition, statewide?
Michigan's great. Michigan's got a lot of good shooters.
Do you think
so.
Michigan has the best archers when it comes to target?
No, I think it's almost a three-way tie between Michigan, Ohio, and PA, probably.
On the eastern coast?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
For target stuff.
Yeah, target
not
stuff.
like 3D.
3D, I'd have to dig a little deeper, but PA might have the best 3D shooters, honestly.
Yeah.
PA's got some good shooters.
I feel like down south, there's a lot of good shooters down south,
Yeah.
for 3D.
Yeah, which I don't know them that well.
Like the Carolinas and stuff, yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, and they have all year round to shoot, which I'm jealous of.
Yeah.
I'd love to shoot outside all year round. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would really make a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you just had like a really nice indoor place to shoot.
One of these days, boys. I just need about $250,000.
Anymore, yeah.
Literally. For a nice one.
What's your Cash App?
Yeah, everybody send me $1. I'll have like $75.
Yeah, we do better than that.
That'll get your permit started.
We do better than
Yeah,
I'll buy
right.
coffee.
Permit.
Yeah, I'll get some coffee to sit down and think about it.
You don't need a
permit.
permit when old Jerry he'll frame it up
Whack
for you.
one up for you.
I won't even tell with the city
Say
of Creston.
it's a shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Creston.
Yeah, they won't even know. They don't need to know. It's fine.
They won't know.
I live on a pretty busy road, Jerry. A lot of people driving back and forth.
That's true.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's because you could call it a development in the back, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
could call it a trailer park too. Whatever you want to call it.
I call it a trailer park.
Kevy?
Nothing really new for me.
Nothing?
No.
What about old Kimmy yesterday, maybe?
I bet
So-
it was. Had to been.
Had
yeah.
to
Had
have
to have
been.
been.
Talking
Yes.
about a deer.
Not unless he's got another stud running around.
I don't know. Don't want to speak too soon.
It
but
had
no.
to have been.
I-
I'm marking on the calendar, boys. Matt Williams is calling. It was Kim.
Kim was spotted.
Yeah.
No, I kind of do think it was Kim. I went and put some seed down yesterday, and it started to rain. So I walked around in the woods, kind of checked the field, saw what the farmers had planted. It's all corn around me, which is not as fun to deer watch, in the summertime. But it is what it
Speak
is.
for
but
yourself. Some
yeah.
people love this.
Hey, just never mind. I say you can use your drone. But
yeah,
we can't
that's
do that.
getting a little
That's-
fishy.
I'll pass.
Yeah, we don't want to start that nonsense.
But yeah, so I walked around and I seen this substantially larger deer that, body and rack size compared to everything else out there, and I watched him for a little bit, and I'm thinking it was Kim, but I didn't see the other side. He's got a scar on his other side that
It is
I
Kim.
could tell.
Don't
It was
argue with it, Kev.
Kim Spidey.
Yep.
Sighting.
It means Kim's alive, which
Kim
means
was
Kim can
spotted.
die, boys.
So a side note, when I was over in Pennsylvania, I had a buddy text me from high school, and he's like, "Hey, call me." And I was on the river fishing, so I didn't call him, and then he ended up calling me, so I'm like, okay, what does he want? So I answered it. He's like, "Hey, do you hunt on such and such?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like,
I'd have been like, no.
well,
Yeah? Question mark.
so Sarah was turkey hunting, and he saw her vehicle.
Oh.
So I said, yeah, and so we swapped some information and stuff, and yeah,
No, that's good. At
And
least
he's
you put him
also
on.
hunting Kim.
his
wife's
wife
hunting
is.
deer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kim.
yeah, it's all right. She's got nothing on you, Kevy.
So,
Except that he don't bet on you,
Yeah.
and he's only there like
plus
once a week.
you've already got Kim. You've already got Kanye, so you gotta
yeah,
get.
got to
Kim.
get the match set.
They are divorced.
That's all right.
That's all right. They were together at one point in time, right?
That's true.
I'll put them in different rooms.
There you go.
I love it.
That's good
So yeah,
stuff.
that's new with me, but nothing too exciting.
As far as my life goes, nothing too crazy or nothing to right back home to. Work's been picking up really busy. We're doing a job down near West Virginia, so it's getting kind of hard for me to, bounce back and forth from this stuff and editing and whatnot like that. But plan on setting a lot of new cameras this weekend. Actually, I've got Saturday booked basically all day to set cameras, and then after that, deer season's, I'm going to start knocking on some doors, and we're going to get in the swing of things. But that's all I got. Nothing exciting for old Maddie.
Yeah,
We could tell them something exciting is about to happen before the
Yeah.
podcast is over.
drop it.
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
it, Crohn's.
We do it now, or we
I'll
wanna-
just say that we got.
Oh yeah, okay. We got something exciting. We have an exciting announcement. I was confused. We have an exciting announcement at the end of this podcast, and we've got some product on hand that we get to show you guys.
Yeah, so we're
something juicy.
really juicy. We're really excited. We made some leaps and bounds, in my opinion. And we got a new deal,
Moving on up,
and,
boys.
we're excited about it.
Yeah,
But so on this podcast, it's just a round table discussion. We don't have a guest on. We're going to talk about some of our out of state plans. We're going to talk about our, just life hunting, what we're going to do this year, what our expectations are, and then also the biggest announcement at the end.
Yep.
So we're just going to leave it at that.
best for last.
Yep. And Black may or may not
Jump in at
jump
some random
in
time.
sometime.
We'll see.
He might join.
He
us.
took his daughter to a softball game, and he told me that he really wanted to be a part of this podcast and that he'd be home by 8:30. So if he asked us if we could kind of push it off a little bit until he got home, but his phone is off right now. So
It probably died.
Is he coaching?
he volunteer coaches, for his daughter's team.
Gotcha.
And what's funny about it is Black has never played baseball a day in his life.
Run, kids.
But nobody volunteered, and he felt like he wanted to have that connection with his daughter, and he
Good on him.
he volunteered.
That's
so.
cool.
He can learn just as much as they can.
So YouTube, from what I've been told, YouTube has taught him everything that he knows
T-ball.
about T-ball coaching. So.
Has he been watching Coach Kent Murphy?
I don't know.
You don't know who that is?
I'm not a baseball
Oh,
guy.
you
Cromer
got it.
might know.
I didn't know where you're going with that, Kevin.
you know
I
who
heard,
that is?
I heard Coke, and I was like, I don't know what he's watching on YouTube. No, I don't know Coach Kent. I assume it's a funny thing. I would
It's a
assume.
total joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, then maybe.
Then
Black
he's probably watching
has
that.
probably watched it. Yeah. All right. Let's dive into this. So,
Out of state stuff. Is that what you want to go down?
No, go. Yeah, out of state for sure. Let's talk about that. I know a lot of guys this time of year. Hopefully, your trips are already planned, but maybe let's say half the people might have an itch to go out of state that haven't already planned. You don't know how to do it. You're curious. You're wondering if I should. It's a lot of money. Well, I'll just say the first thing that comes to mind is do it. Like 100%. If you're on the fence, just do it. Pick a state, pick some public, go knock on some doors. We've done both. Go have some fun, But for our adventures, we're going to start Are you starting first, Kevy?
As far as time-wise?
you may be going out. No, no,
If
you're
you're
way
going
first.
first to Kentucky.
Second, the 2nd of
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
So we'll just go in order
'Kay.
of how
Yeah.
we're. So September 2nd is Kentucky's opener, and I will be down there with Black
Early.
for the Velvet opener. And I better kill a velvet deer this year because this will be the fourth year?
Yeah.
I think it's the 6th. I
It's
think
fourth or fifth.
No.
It's fourth or fifth.
We haven't even had. Originally, it was an IPO, but Born Again hasn't even been around that long. Not even 6
Okay.
years.
Till 4.
I know last year when we kind of did
Last year, it was definitely like that was going to be your fourth or fifth year not shooting a velvet buck.
I think it was 4th year.
So this is your 5th.
So you might be right on that. This will be the 5th year
Okay.
because we've
That sounds
killed
right.
we've killed a buck every time we've gone down. But I
Because
personally
every year
have
you
not.
you guys up. We talked about every year you upgraded. You went
Let's just talk about
tent. You went from staying in the tent the first year
to Stevie's grandma's camper,
Stevie's grandma's camper
to my camper,
to your camper. The
to-
first year
to my camper.
to the, last year was the second year in
This
that
will be
camper.
the 6th. Is that what you said, Ken?
That's what I said.
So we stayed in a tent, Stevie's grandma's camper, my camper again last year, and then this. Oh my god!
I knew it was a lot.
I don't even want to say that.
Sorry to Kevin right now.
I'm sorry, Kevy.
I'll just take a
He just
snack next time
gaslit
we
Kevin.
So this will be the 6th year that. Wow.
You're trying to shoot a velvet in Kentucky anyway.
Wow. That makes me feel like I'm an idiot, but
No, because you are wanting to get something that you know in the end is gonna perfectly make you. You've had opportunities at velvet deer,
yeah.
but you want something that is exactly what you want, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not shooting, a fuzzy spike.
Yeah. I have
So-
passed a lot of baskets.
Yeah, that's fine.
2-year-olds. I haven't. Yeah. Last year I said I was going to shoot a 2-year-old and I did, but he was hard horned. So
a day late.
yeah, and he just came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine. You're
But
taking your time.
this year, well, what I'm getting at is this might be our last year for Kentucky for maybe a couple years, unless things change, because we're planning on going to the Dakotas next year for an early season, like spot and stock whitetail hunt.
Mhm.
Very excited about that. Like that's going to be my highlight of the year next year. I guarantee it.
So I got a question for you. So if I understand this right, it's whitetail or mule deer.
Yeah, you get
or a deer tag.
either tag. It's a deer tag.
So are you holding out for just a whitetail?
Oh
or...
no, I've never shot a muley.
Yeah, well that's what I was.
If I see a muley,
Okay,
dude, he's getting it.
that's what I was curious about.
And I'm not shooting those. Like I will be the first one to say, like, I have no interest in shooting like a 1.5-year-old deer. Period. I just think that I am better than that. Nothing against that, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but I just think that with where I'm at in my hunting career, I can get on a 2.5-year-old pretty easy on public, on private, whatever.
Yeah.
But like if a fuzzy horn comes by, I don't even know what to call a muley. What do you call them, Jerry? Like a 4-point, right? Because it's not a
It'd be like 4
They
by
still,
4.
yeah.
it's
yeah.
not an 8-point. It's a 4-point.
They still
right?
call them forkies. If you just got forks,
Gotcha.
they still call them.
No, I meant like an 8-point in a whitetail
Oh, yeah, it's
world
a
is
4x4.
a 4-point in.
A lot of times they'll say like a 3x3 with eye guards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like,
lot
a
of
lot of
words.
people call them eye guards instead of brow tines. Brow tines
So
kind of
then-
like it's not a whitetail specific thing, but a lot of guys more western you go will call them eye guards instead of brow tines.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're saying that like a 3x3 is technically an 8-point essentially, even if it had little nubs.
No, it just depends. If
Well-
I believe it's the same as whitetail. If it's not an inch, it's not a point. So a 3x3 would be a 6-point.
So what's this thing right here?
That's it. Technically, that's a
That's a point, isn't it?
technically that's a 4x4 with eye
1,
guards.
2, 3, 4.
With an
So this
eye
is a
guard.
10. This would be a 10-point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
If the other
5.
side
yeah.
would match.
If
yeah.
the other side
10
matches.
point, but everybody calls them a 4x4 with eye guards.
If I see
Or a
this,
5x
Ooh.
or a 5x5 because that's technically what it is 5 points on each side. You just don't
Different
talk about
term.
the
For
eye
those of
Yeah.
you listening and not watching, you're probably a little bit confused. I just picked up a muley shed that Jerry found in,
Wyoming.
and we're looking at it, and in a whitetail world, it'd be a 5-point side, but we're debating on what
And
it's
which
called.
they will still call them a 5-point.
Hold it in that camera so they can see.
There's a lot of different terms. Everybody says something different, but this could be a 5-point mule deer. They just
Gotcha.
call it a 5-point.
Gotcha.
Or they'll say it's a 4x4,
With
4
eye
main
guards.
points with eye guards, because that eye guard brow tine is plenty long enough.
Check this out on YouTube, guys. I mean, we have a video format, and
Yeah.
we're
It's
looking at everything
It's
right
a
now.
good shed.
Yeah, it is.
I'd shoot that sucker all day long.
Oh,
That's a
dude.
great muley.
If I seen this thing coming, he's getting hammered. But enough on the mule deer
But yeah.
shed. We'll skip that.
Yeah, we're definitely shooting.
But yeah, back to Kentucky. Season opens up the 2nd. It's actually the earliest that we've ever gone down that I can mentally remember.
Which, in theory, should give you the longest
opportunity
to shoot a fuzzy.
Because we've noticed that like the 6th or 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th, give or take those
Depending
couple days,
on weather, year's
they're
weather. and
always
whatnot.
shedding right there.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's always like midweek because we always get down there around the 5th or 6th, and then we hunt for a couple days,
Yeah.
and then they go out.
You generally have like 2, maybe 3 days when
If
we
you're
go down there
lucky.
normal to shoot them.
So
And your younger bucks stay. I mean, you get more of a shot at a, year and a half old
yeah,
buck with
they
a
stay in a lot longer.
fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you shot
Yeah,
yours
I
like the
shot
last
mine.
day.
I shot mine like
On the last day.
on the last day we were there. So
Yeah.
he was due.
Yeah.
He was probably the only guy left.
Yeah. Him and his buddy.
Yeah. And his
But-
buddy was much smaller.
But I'll have a tag in Kentucky. Black, as of now, I think it's just going down to film. But I have a feeling that,
He's gonna see something you're gonna pass, and he's gonna want to shoot it.
knowing how normal Kentucky season goes, knock on wood, we always have a lot of good success down there and good opportunities.
Yep.
So knowing how things have gone in the past, I'm sure he's going to buy a tag. So that's Kentucky. And then I'm going to hunt that from Saturday to Sunday, meaning like the whole 10 days or whatever that is. The first week I'll be down there unless I kill early. Then I'll come home, save my vacation for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, old Kevy's going.
Yep, Kevy's got.
I'm going out to Colorado, and I'm looking up the dates because we finalized it the 16th through the 23rd, 24th.
Oh, so you're going later.
Of September, yes.
Gotcha. Is that the 3rd week in September?
Yeah, so we have 5
That's a good-
Saturdays.
That's a good.
in September this
Are
year.
you taking I can't remember. Is it 2 weeks or 1 week for you guys down there hunting?
It'll be like an extended week, like one weekend a week, and then the following weekend,
Yeah,
So you're only hunting for 5 days?
probably.
Are you filming it?
I'm going to take all my stuff.
Good.
So I'm not buying a tag.
I know. I just didn't know you were gonna take
So we're going with my buddy Dan, who, if you watched any of the
Kayak.
fishing stuff over in Pennsylvania, he was there.
Dan from Trinidad.
Trinidan, yeah.
Trinidad.
So Dan's buying a tag. His cousin Tristan, who lives in Trinidad, is coming up, is buying a tag. And then me and my buddy Matt are just kind of tagging along. Matt said he's going to take his stuff. If stuff gets hot, he might get a tag. But he's like, I'm going to take it. And
Are
we'll
you
see.
taking your stuff?
I'm not going to.
Kev has put his foot
Good.
down. And he's
Good.
not-
Don't take your stuff so that you can see a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited just for the experience side of stuff. When I went to Idaho, I had a blast. Just like, I didn't take my bow, nothing like that, but like just seeing the stuff here and an elk screaming at you, within 100 yards in this dark timber was awesome. So, and we actually, we talked to some people out there, so that was kind of a cool part too. But like just being in the mountains, living in the mountains and seeing that type of stuff is pretty cool. I'm going to look up the regs and see what I need to get, like a small game license so I can shoot grouse
Yep.
and squirrels and stuff like that. And what's like a legal hunting equipment for
I was going to say,
small
with
game.
what if you're not taking your bow?
I believe you can shoot him with a bow, 22. You should be able to take a 22 and shoot him.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Are you going to take your mark?
I want to see if you can use a suppressor out there,
Gotcha.
because I would just take that rig.
What are you going to carry for self-defense for bear?
22.
Well, depending where you're at, you don't really need to.
I'm on the fence of just taking bear spray this year.
Really? What'd you carry last year or last time you
I
went?
had bear spray and a 454 Casole.
In his hands.
Just
And a knife.
nobody caught these though.
Knife in the back pocket.
So I mean, that gun is a nice piece of mine, but it was heavy,
Yeah, it is.
and it's just like one extra thing to lug around.
I don't
and
know,
worry
man.
about
Save your
stuff.
life. I don't know.
I know.
I would, if I was going, mark my words, I'd be packing something.
but it
10
also
more
it
better.
depends where you guys are going, because
It's-
there's not grizzlies everywhere there.
It's the north western area.
Never mind.
So,
You
yeah.
need to take something. Yeah, there's bears.
Yeah. So we picked out a unit and the time and stuff.
with bears.
With bears.
Definitely.
I
Picked out
don't
a
know.
unit with
I don't know
bears.
if Dan knows about that. Because I was like,
Yeah, 'cause
from
What do you
Trinidad.
mean?
from looking, well, like that there's grizzlies there. From like looking at the map, I'm like,
This is a round table. Did anybody see online the grizzly bear that stood taller than the person's shed? Looked like it was
Yes.
almost 1,000 pounds.
No.
Did you anybody else see that? I'll just send
No.
the group message.
I
Did you
saw
see
the
that,
10
Kevin?
just a
foot.
picture of it.
Dude,
I think.
it was as tall as the shed. It was
huge.
unbelievable.
This
Like,
last year, a
by
guy,
shed, you mean building,
A
right?
building.
Yeah. Sorry, Jerry.
No, this last year, a video just released. I saw it. Hoyt posted it on their Instagram. Guy shot his second Boone and Crockett grizzly. It's over 10 foot. It's with a bow.
That's nuts.
It is
Oh.
massive. The video, like you see him, he's only like 40 yards from it. It's standing there, and it just looks like Matt's Chevy 2500 with a cap on it, standing there looking at him, and he's just got his bow. I'm like,
Which goes back to the point of, Kevin, don't even bring a gun because you're not going to do anything anyway.
Bring a gun, Kevy.
and you need to tell Trinidad that there's bears.
Big bears.
Seriously,
there.
you need to tell both them boys. They're
Yeah.
used to fighting off snakes, not no bear. I know Dan was born in England or whatever, but
Well, no, he's from Trinidad.
he lived in England.
No, so England ruled Trinidad. So that's like he calls it the Queen's English. Like if you listen to
That's
him,
why he's got that accent.
yes. And,
Because I
like,
was always wondering that.
if you listen to him, like it just comes without saying, like a truck bed is a tray, and like the woods is the bush and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like just terms like that. So yeah, I mean he's from Trinidad, and his cousin's from Trinidad and still lives there.
Well, you better tell
These
them
old boys
boys.
definitely don't know about the grizzlies that they're about.
You boys better
He's
tell them that
sleeping
there's
with.
big kitty cats out there ready to
They'll
get
be
'em.
all right. They got Kevy.
Big puppy dogs.
So yeah, I'll probably take my
Kevy will growl.
big
Yes,
pistol
take
and some
something.
spray.
Take something. I would rather carry that and just think, oh, I got an extra 2 pounds in my pack.
Well, we should.
than-
We'll weigh your gun
Your
loaded.
setup,
We'll
my
weigh my
setup.
setup loaded. And if
Yeah.
mine's lighter, just take mine.
I might
give
definitely
you
have
the
more
old-
rounds with
I'll-
yours.
I'll give you the old 9. You can take that.
You can just
Dan's
take mine if
taking
you
one
want.
of those with some like buffalo bullets, like the Buffalo brand, hard
Buffalo
cast
bore.
lead Buffalo bore. Yeah.
He's taking a 9 mil.
He's taking what you got. Yeah,
Huh. Well, it's
just,
better than
just for
nothing.
something. Yeah,
Yep.
Better than nothing. At least scare it off or something. I mean,
It'll sting it.
yeah.
yeah.
Might just make him mad, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Hopefully, we don't have to draw any pistols other than at maybe a grouse or a squirrel or whatever for a nice hot meal.
You
But,
guys
yeah.
will have fun though.
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to it.
No, that'd be amazing.
Gonna do some.
Out west is the best.
Oh, it's
Dude.
amazing.
It's life changing.
When you
Yeah.
and I went, dude, it was even with COVID, it was so much fun.
We went to our best friend's wedding in Jackson Hole, and I honestly think about that trip once a week.
That was so much fun.
It was insane.
Jackson Hole is one of the prettier places.
Where
it was
the
unbelievable.
Teton Mountain Range
It was unbelievable.
It's very cool
is unbelievable.
because we drove through there too on the way home. It
Like
was very nice.
beach or the Tetons, it's 1,000,000 to 1, dude.
Yeah,
It's not
I'm-
close.
I'm going out west tenfold over the beach.
Maybe more.
Like, if it wasn't for the wife, we would never go back to the beach. But
Yeah.
she loves it.
Yeah.
But
It was awesome. That's all I want to do is go back out west. So
Yeah.
good for you, Kevy, to make. Even though you're not hunting, that's just gonna be fun just to be out there.
What are you doing in September?
I'm gonna be hiding in your suitcase.
hey, I got a pin on where some buffalo were near the old Tetons. Easy pickings, son.
Yeah.
You can stand on the road.
Did anybody see that lady almost get gored by the buffalo in
Yes,
Jackson Hole?
I seen that.
That was funny. I
She was-
sent it to you.
She was walking
It
on
wasn't
that path.
funny. I'm
or
sorry,
whatever.
but she was dumb.
That's a weekly occurrence, I'm sure.
They
Yeah.
say, honestly, they say that, like, yeah, weekly or maybe monthly, somebody gets gored by
I
the
just think it's
buffalo.
ridiculous that people haven't figured that out yet.
That it's a wild
It's been
animal.
happening for how many years? And if you search Yellowstone online, all you're ever going to see that pops up is man gets beat up by buffalo, woman
Yeah.
gets slung by buffalo. It's like why are you still walking up to the buffalo?
She got slanged by a buffalo.
slung her.
I think it's because they're not used to seeing any kind of wild animal
Okay.
like that,
And they're
like,
fuzzy.
it's just laying there so that
Yeah.
let's get a picture.
I
That's
mean, I
another
know it
person.
looks cool,
Yeah,
And to be fair, not this isn't like a let's defend the people getting mauled, but
yeah, because you went up to it and
But-
just got lucky.
but no, to be fair, most of them are foreigners, right? So like maybe
Not
they
the
just-
people that get Her?
The one
They're
girl-
always from America. They're always from
no,
here.
No.
they're always like I'm just gonna say it. They're always like Asian people.
Like people from
serious.
Trinidad?
No,
no,
I guess
no.
you're probably right.
No, they are, though.
Because that's the majority of the people you guys saw when you're out there. Right?
Yes, like as a foreigner and if you go out west and you're like
Tourist season.
if it's during the summer, I promise you, at least from me and Cromer's experience,
Yeah.
the Asian population was like through the roof out there.
It was bumping.
I will say, when we went to the Grand Canyon, there was
Nothing wrong. Nothing
Yeah.
against that. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that they were like straight from overseas because like most of them couldn't even speak English, and they were on their vacation, which is fine. Like come to America, come see the
We need
coolest place in
we
the
need to
world.
take this conversation in a different angle.
Yeah, let's go.
It's just
We're
getting
done.
too rocky.
We're done. We're done.
So next on the list,
yeah. What's the next trip?
All right. So after that,
it's either gonna be just
It's
no, you.
Indiana or
I
Colorado.
thought you were going on an early hunt.
I'm
somewhere.
not going to go on an early hunt. I mean, it's possibly earlier than Indiana.
Tell us.
Well, I will be going to Colorado with my dad. He will have a rifle elk tag.
Is that 100%? Because you were telling me the other day, it's like it's on the fence.
Well, he really wants to go, and that means that we're probably going to go. Now, that season is way more than, well, not way more, but a lot longer than a week. And I doubt that we're going to go for the full thing. So I don't know if maybe we would leave and more catch the tail end of it. Because if we go back to the place that we've gone in previous years, we've already got a pretty good handle on where the elk are. So, I mean, of course, we could benefit from as much time as we can. But I want to go to Indiana for something. I don't care if I'm there for 2 days. Like, I want to be there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And if that's how it's going to work out, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I just need to figure out, him and I need to actually figure out the exact days that we will be gone, and then we can go from there. But
Okay. So why don't you or one of us can talk about Indiana?
yeah, Indiana, we are pretty much doing the same thing as we did last year, but we are amping it and ramping it up,
Oh yeah.
both with people and with hopefully the amount of deer that we shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're trying to get it figured out over there. And we are going with like probably 4 or 5 groups of guys.
Yeah. Not set in stone, but like tentatively, I wouldn't be surprised if 4 or 5 different groups of dudes, teams
Like
or what
teams,
brands, whatever you
yeah.
want to talk about, YouTube outfits. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if 4 or 5 different brands showed up.
It's just too much fun to miss out on.
Yeah.
So definitely, just Indiana. We're not going to give away any more details than that. We're in Indiana hunting public. We had some stuff last year where people were trying to, so we're not going to get specific. It's just public land in Indiana. We're going to possibly get an Airbnb so like everybody can have like a place to shower, and we'll probably pull my camper so that way we can at least sleep, not piled on top of 10 other dudes.
Yeah.
So
It made a cool camp atmosphere.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
having the Airbnb, the 3 teams that went last year, and we could all like go into the kitchen, make food, like you said, shower, and then just have a place to hang out after we were done hunting.
yeah,
and stuff
talk
too.
about the hunts.
Yep. And
Did some podcasts.
yep,
there.
in Indiana this year we're going to be podcasting like no
Every
other.
night.
Yeah, and
Same with Kentucky.
if we have service, we'll launch them then too.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
it
Which
all
we
depends.
which we 100% do in Indiana.
Yes.
We do not in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no service in Kentucky. But so that's Indiana. That'll be a week long. We're going to go the last week of October. I think that was mentioned. I'm just re-mentioning that and what's going through my head. So that would be the last week in October. We'll be back
And
to
then
hunt Halloween in Ohio.
yeah, is there more trips after that? Are you going to go somewhere else?
Oh, I forgot about PA.
PA.
So I'm going to PA mid-September for an early season hunt, probably a couple weekends.
Where are you going? Not where are you going? I didn't know. You talked about it, but I haven't heard this specific.
Yeah, so
What's
I
the
got
idea
I got a
behind that?
buddy out there
Hmm.
who's got a property, and he said that I can come hunt it. So
cool. Good.
last year he killed a real nice for PA. It was a real nice buck, probably 125 or something
Yeah.
out there.
Nice.
Close to
And,
the border or a little bit more in?
no, it's a little. I don't want to give away too much.
No.
I will say one thing: it's in the early season zone.
Mhm.
So there's a zone in PA where you can hunt earlier
Gotcha.
than everybody else.
Gotcha.
So it'll be that season zone, and also what we're hunting on is like man, I don't even know if I want to give this much
Don't.
away.
I just
Don't.
didn't really know much.
There's a
about
lot of crops. Let's just say that
Gotcha.
it's a farm that their livelihood depends on it, and supposedly from what he was saying, the old boy
Deer probably puts a smacking on him.
old boy lets anybody hunt, and he said that you'll see 20 to 30 deer in a sit
Cool.
out there in them fields. So it's actually gonna be kind of cool. There's gonna be a camp. I haven't even told you guys this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a camp atmosphere. I think we're all gonna stay at his house. He has a little outfit, and then like a YouTube kind of thing, and then his cousin or somebody's coming in. I'm coming in, and with them seeing like 30, the property's fairly large that we're hunting on, like multiple 100 acres, and there's plenty of room for everybody to hunt. He's already talked to the landowner. The landowner's all about it, and they're having a doe fest.
Oh, nice.
So in PA, you can shoot as many does as you want, basically.
Oh, really?
So him, his buddies, and his cousin, if it's brown, they're throwing arrows at it,
Nice.
which I think's awesome.
That's fun.
I may or may not also participate.
I was going to say,
based on peer
if you
pressure.
keep talking, man, you will find me sneaking in your sleeping bag because
dude, honestly, if you guys,
when you start saying if it's brown, it's down and slinging arrows,
That's
I'm
Jerry's.
there.
listen, dude,
I am there with you.
I told you guys that he invited everybody. Anybody can come out. So I'm doing that. I'm actually going to meet up with him. I'm probably going to take a day off of work. He works kind of some weird hours. The only days that he has off are Sundays and Mondays.
You can't hunt on NP on Sundays.
Correct. So I may take off a Monday or go down Sunday, stay at his house, and then take off a Monday. And I'm going to scout, put some cameras out, and just get an idea of what's in the area. He ran some cameras for me in the early spring and was getting some like decent velvet bucks before his camera died. And he hasn't had a chance to go out there and put batteries in it yet, but at least there's bucks in the area.
Yeah.
So
Does anybody know the reason? What's the history behind the no hunting on Sunday in PA? Anybody know the history behind that? Is it like a religious thing?
yes, 100%.
Obviously,
Yeah.
that was a dumb statement. How long? I mean,
Since regulations were written in PA,
that's wild.
they said that it was God's day, and they get a lot of like diehard. I shouldn't say diehard Christians. That's not the word I'm going to say. A lot of Christians don't hunt on Sunday.
Well, sure.
Like my old man, he won't hunt on Sundays.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Because he says it's the day of rest. In the Bible, Sunday is the day of rest, and he feels that animals should also get that day of rest.
Yeah, sure.
So that's I
wonder
think
how many other states, along with PA,
No-
a long
nobody.
time ago?
I
Never,
believe-
in the past were there
think
other
Oh,
past
states?
there
I think in
was.
the past there was, but I think most of them have gotten them removed, and I believe that there's been a push for it to be removed in PA. But
Oh, I'm
I don't.
sure.
there's so many people pushing for it. I know he was telling me that everybody that he knows is really pushing for it.
Yeah.
So they opened up. What they did was a lot of people gave them flack, like the PA DNR, and they opened up I think 2 or 3 more weekends. So they might have like 5 weekends in the whole state where you can hunt Sunday.
Interesting.
I was going to say, I thought last year they had something where you could hunt like select Sundays or something
Yep.
like that.
Very interesting.
They opened up a couple more days. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That's gonna be fun. I'll probably hunt that 2 or 3 weekends. Hopefully, kill a buck and then be done.
And you said that's early.
That's
like
mid-September. Yeah, like September
Like
15th, maybe.
like when I'm in Colorado.
Probably.
Yeah.
And you know what else is nice about it is from my house to his house is like 2 hours.
That ain't bad at all.
So like
I like that.
I will.
I like that.
He's
We're gonna have to talk after.
He's gonna have to make room on his couch. Season opens the 16th
No,
of September.
he's not gonna have to make room on his couch.
The 16th of September?
Yep, that's
Wow.
when it
You and I
opens.
can snuggle up in the back. Of
Oh, I would
You're
love
freshly
Jerry,
built.
do not tempt me.
Crack the windows though.
Jerry's never been on an archery.
See, here's the problem. I'm gonna
Listen.
take the DeWalt fan and I'm gonna freeze him out.
Dude, if you go with me, I will freeze my butt off. I promise. And I'll even let you shoot all the does. But if a buck comes out, he's mine. That's-
Talking sweet nothings in my ear right now.
So, like, honestly, he said one day, just to kind of spice up it's going to be an awesome video because I'm going to steal some of their content because they're all filming and we're going to make a video out of it. But last year, he went to the same farm and just wanted to kill does. And he kind of like spot and stalked them. He killed 3 in one night by himself. So
Wow.
I built 14 arrows this year, so I got plenty of space.
we better call Kudu and have him send us a couple more
Yeah,
packs.
that's for sure.
Hey,
they will.
we're going on a slaughter
A
fest.
dough fast.
But yeah, I honestly that first weekend I might participate because
You might as well.
like how sweet would that be if we racked up like 20 does in a weekend?
So did they say what they did with the meat or anything? Did they donate it?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I know personally he eats it. He's got 3 kids and a wife. So I know that like he said that they personally eat a lot of venison. They don't buy a lot of beef at the store. So I think that was like his meat in the freezer last year, but I don't know.
I think a PA doe, it takes like 5 of them for one Ohio.
No, they're big bodied
Are
deer.
they decent deer?
Yeah.
Well, if they're
So, like,
if they're in cropland, yeah.
Think
True that.
so. It's not
like mountainous. It's not mountainous.
No,
PA.
it's not.
It's not the
big,
West Virginia
Gotcha.
No,
hill country.
Not
It's
that
not
triangle.
big timber. No, it's rolling. I mean, it's 2 hours from where we live. So
That's
I mean, if
true.
you did the math, like
It's like young.
it's Western PA.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're not getting into the mountains yet.
True. That's true.
Sweet.
But yeah, that'll be a fun trip.
Yeah, you can end it on
I'm
that.
very excited about that one. Honestly, like I can't believe I forgot about it.
You've
like,
mentioned it like
I
once
knew
or
that
twice.
I remembered you saying that I thought it was PA that you were going to hit this year, but we haven't talked about it.
Yeah, definitely not like forgot about it in aspect of I forgot I was going. I just forgot to mention it on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited about
That's
that.
it then, right? That's it for...
That's our trips out of state.
Did you talk about your elk hunt? You did
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
a little bit, but
We got to kill this year.
you
Yeah.
will. Is he taking the 6.8 or the 6.5?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the 6.8.
Gotcha.
I mean, the 6.5 might go as a backup, but
You definitely should take a backup gun.
that 6.8, yeah. Well, we might,
Yeah.
maybe we'll take my 6.8.
Oh, that's a
There
good.
you
That's
go.
a good play. Do that.
Yeah,
That's a backup.
his is a little nicer.
Yours is nice. What are you
Yeah,
talking
his is
about?
a little nicer.
Oh my.
He got one of the
gosh.
more mountain versions. They're lighter,
Oh, like
fluted barrels.
fluted-
Oh,
Different
dude.
camo.
big money.
But yeah, that's what he'll be taking, which means we got to figure that thing out. Got to figure out a dial and everything.
Better stretch that, baby.
Oh my!
You better not be putting a 3x9 on there. I can promise
No,
you that
I think
much.
it's got a 3.5 by 15 or something
2
like
by
that
8.
on it.
It's got a red dot on there. Just spray and pray, boys.
I think that's what.
Got like the
I don't
muzzleloader
remember.
sights that like fold up.
No, I got a 3.5 by 15. I don't know. I don't remember what he's got.
Yeah, it'll be good.
1x6. It's good.
Honestly, I hope Kevin's group kills. I hope you and your dad kill.
It'd be awesome.
I got a feeling that this year's gonna be good. I just got a feeling. Indiana's gonna be fun no matter what.
Yeah.
PA's gonna be fun. Kentucky's gonna be fun. Like I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to Indiana again.
Yeah.
You guys just go to Indiana and you wrote me up a 2-year-old and I'll run down. I'll run out and shoot it.
Jerry, you could shoot I will film you the first couple days as long as you're there. I don't care.
I'll rope me one up. Don't worry.
I hope a 160 walks by and you plug him. Dude. The old one-eyed buck from last year.
Yeah.
Me and Kevy found his bedroom.
Yeah, we did, and we think we know how he works that property now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
or we got a really good
Not
idea.
think. I know,
Yeah.
son. I mean, he'll do stuff that all big deer will surprise you, but like we're not going in blind.
No,
That's for sure.
no.
Robert, if you listen to this, if I come to Indiana, I'm shooting your drop time buck, buddy.
time buck.
He gone.
Weston and Robert both were coming for your drop time buck.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, first season, that's it. That's a
In
packed
Ohio,
season.
obviously Ohio.
Yeah, that's the thing is we're just stacking Ohio in between all that, just trying to get it done here.
Also, I may or may not. The reason kind of why I built the back of my truck too was to just kind of do like weekend trips whenever I felt like it, or if Ohio wasn't panning out. I honestly may hunt during the rut out of state this year and not hunt Ohio. I think my expectations and my what I want out of state is completely different than in state. So I'm completely content with killing a 3-year-old out of state or even a big 2-year-old. I mean, like I have no
Plus,
problem.
the rut here just for us has not panned out.
It
So
no.
why not go to another state when you can kind of get things in the right time?
Yep. So I'm almost like 99% sure if whatever state that I have an open tag for, it's probably going to be either Indiana or Pennsylvania in my mind. I feel like Kentucky, because we've been going down there so long, we kind of know where the deer pockets are. We have permission on different places. We know the public. I think that I have a good chance of killing in Kentucky. Indiana and PA are going to be on
I
the
bet
fence.
you'll be going to Indiana
So-
back if you don't kill anything.
If that was the case,
first
I'd
shot.
probably come back for like a week and then just go straight
Go
back out
yeah.
there.
I think you need to go out for the gun season and film it and
So the
And
only
get
thing,
killed.
no, don't get killed, but I mean, it'd be a good video if something whizzed past you. What I want to know is if it's as crazy as they say.
As they say.
That's
it
what I
is.
want to know.
Yeah.
Because if it is, that's a party.
I think
Yeah.
we'd have to buy another tag though for Indiana. I think
It is
it's archery
100%
and a
true.
firearm.
You are right, Kev.
So that'd be the only
Never mind,
downside
that
about
kills
that.
that.
And I don't know if. Oh yeah, I don't know how that works. Like if you buy an archery tag, does that mean that you're not able to buy a rifle tag?
Good question.
Because
We
then
don't know
like.
enough about that. We just know what we're allowed to do.
And honestly, like, there's nothing against gun hunting, but I'd much rather shoot one with a bow.
Yeah.
I mean, I killed my buck last year with a gun, so I'm not saying that, like, I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying that if I'm going out of state, I would
Prefer-
much rather shoot one with a bow.
Yeah.
But, all right, so that wraps up our out of state. Cromer?
You announce it, and I'll go into the details.
Can we get a drum roll?
Bum-ba-da-da. Ooh,
All right, so we have partnered with Redline. They make a ton of sweet archery accessories. They won a award at ATA with their new torch sight, and Cromer and I were checking them out, and I know you guys looked at them as well.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about it until ATA, and you guys were like, "Hey, you gotta check it out."
Yeah.
So we looked at it.
Because Cromer and I are kind of archery nerds, the Redline's been out for a couple years, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
2 years, and we knew that like they were on the radar of like, wow, this company could like they made some leaps and jumps, and we were excited when we seen the torch. We were so impressed with the torch.
So I've worked in a pro shop for like 10 years, and so I've seen all of the different variations of hunting sights from $40 to $500, and I was really impressed at the ATA show with with Redline, same difference.
Yeah.
With Redline, that the torch was $299, and it had retail, and it had all the features of like a $500 to $600 loaded bow sight. So instantly I was like, there we go. That's kind of the bridge that needed gap between for the average guy that wants really nice equipment, because there's some other brands out there that have attempted that, and I think they failed pretty hard. I won't call them out, but yeah, so that was definitely needed for the guy that wants to take it serious but not spend $600 on a sight, because as Matt Williams knows, it is very easy to spend almost $700 on a loaded hunting sight.
I don't even want to talk about it, but
you don't have to, but
yeah.
But yeah,
No.
I mean, Cromer's right. Like retail prices, if you were to buy what let's say the industry calls like top of the line product,
yeah.
you're looking at easy $650, $700
And that's
for
like swapping in scopes
the
and-
site, and then like if you wanted to buy a separate scope for it, and like
which
you
that's
know,
getting pushed really, really hard.
a lot of guys are doing that scope thing right now.
Yeah, which
So-
is good for those companies. Not going to put them down, but that was definitely needed, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because
I would agree.
yeah, it really was, because like I said, I've seen the cheapest get used okay, and then I see guys that it's just out of reach for the average guy, and it's like they want all the features, but they just can't afford to drop $600, and I totally understand
100%. I saved up for a long time before I bought
Yeah.
that stuff.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I've been bow hunting for since I was, since I could draw a bow back.
Yeah.
It's not like my first rig had this
You've
stuff.
killed your biggest deer with not the top end.
No, honestly, my biggest deer to date was with a target bow with had a decent CB sight on it, but I mean,
See?
it was just bee stinger stabilizer, Elite Tour 2013 Elite
Yeah.
Tour, which is a 40-inch axle bow, and some just like cheaper accessories.
Yeah. So when we saw them at the ATA, just as somebody who works on bows all the time, I was like, this is good. This is good for the industry.
And good quality. I was so impressed.
Yes. Everything's like all machined. It's all
Metal.
There's
yeah,
no plastic.
No plastic.
No cheap plastic parts, which is really exciting, because that's where a lot of these companies save the money. I don't know how Redline does it, to be quite honest with you. Good for them. I'm not going to question it,
They
because
figured it out.
they got to figure it out, and I'm not going to. That's all I'm going to say is they got to figure it out. So,
Yeah.
we're excited because I don't know. We've never been totally outfitted by a company before like that.
No.
So we've worked really hard the last 5 years to just kind of get here, and we've made some good connections. And the guys at Trophy Line and Redline, they're good dudes.
Yeah.
And we just got off the phone with them. They're awesome to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for anybody that's listening, Cromer mentioned Trophy Line. So, if you followed us for the last couple of years, you've noticed that, we've partnered with Trophy Line for maybe 3 or 4 years now. Really like their product. And Redline and Trophy Line are like sister companies. Mm-hmm. So we had some connections with Trophy Line that kind of introduced us to Redline, and we ran with it. And ultimately, like there was no prying of anybody's arms or elbows. As soon as they kind of contacted us and talked to us about an opportunity that opened, I wasn't doing anything besides walking through that door that just got opened. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Which we are extremely grateful for.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the blessings to God for putting us in an opportunity where we can accept something like this.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
It's by His grace. But let's talk a little bit about some of the products.
Yeah. So when this podcast drops, sorry, my head is itchy. I keep scratching my head if you're watching YouTube.
Cromer's got bugs.
Yeah, no, I do not. I wash my hair every single day if you're watching this on YouTube.
Cromer's a germaphobe.
Yeah, I am.
100%. Watch him walk into a bathroom sometime. He opens the door with like his shirt and like he'll like kick the toilet handle with his foot.
That's right. I ain't touching that nasty stuff. I'm clean. Anyway, back to Redline. So when this podcast drops, the new rest by Redline, the Guru, and I'm excited because I've already got to put my hands on this. I worked with a gentleman named Aaron Olson from Next Step Outdoors, and he's already been to my house, and I've installed this rest. I got some notes on it.
So hold on real quick. You went by an important topic.
I was just about to go.
No, while you're pulling that up.
Go ahead.
So you were mentioning it, and then you kind of got sidetracked.
Yeah.
The podcast drops. This podcast will drop Thursday.
Yes.
Friday, so tomorrow, if you're listening to this, the Guru drops.
The launch of the Guru.
The launch of the Guru
will be happening.
Drops. So we're kind of giving you guys a little like insider info a day before. But if you go to our page tomorrow, you'll see that we've got some sweet content coming your way.
It should be really good.
Yep.
And so the Guru is powered by AAE. So if you were listening to this, just know that they, in my opinion, they made the right move to go with a really well-known company, and they partnered with them, and it's made by AAE.
Powered by
AAE. With Redline's logo.
Why don't you grab it?
I'll show the people. So this rest is based off of the prophecy from AAE. And the cool thing about me personally is I actually just switched to AAE this year for target rest. Excuse me. So I've been super impressed with the AAE blade, the Pro Blade, and then that rest. And so this is cool that I'm getting to work with their hunting rest. So spin off of the prophecy. It's just a little bit better price point with Redline because they made it a little bit simpler and there's no micro adjust. So it's just you loosen the Allen wrenches and you can move the rest around top and bottom, left and right. So I wanted to talk about this. As a bow technician, I've seen guys where they have the same rest for like 5 or 6 years. And whether it be top of the line like QAD or Hamsky, they run it and they run it hard. So like this might be a good opportunity for somebody that has had a rest for like 4 or 5 years. It's worn out. The rubber on the rest is wearing out. This would be a good rest to take a look at if you're looking to swap or upgrade.
Yeah. And just if you're in the market for a new rest general, definitely put the Guru on the list of rests that you need to check out, or at least maybe watch some YouTube reviews, maybe watch our review on it.
Yeah.
Like at least put it as a contender, because I can promise you, I'm going to grab it real quick. I can promise you from Cromer and I, kind of the archery nerds in the group,
it's well built.
It is built well. Yes. Like it's a complete metal base. I mean, let's talk about the timing a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to get into that on the precision archery aspect?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
If you're on YouTube, you can watch me play with this. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, you can look at me play with this. But with this rest, and we'll do some B-roll as well, some up close.
Yep.
There are 2 timing marks on this rest, two white timing marks. And then if you play with this, you're going to notice the all machined red timing, I don't know what you want to call it, like the red timing.
Just call it a knob.
Yeah, knob. And it's super simple. It's the nice part about it being all machined is there's no rubber to confuse you on where the timing should be. I've seen it with the rubber ones where they move, and if you have them too tight, they'll just get moved around.
Torque on
kind of torque on it. So this one being all metal, there's no guessing on if your timing's correct. And all you have to do is match this white line.
Line for line.
Yeah, line for line. This white line on the red knob here just has to be in between those two white marks on the rest. And once you do that, once you draw back and you get that done correctly, you can't mess it up. And that's a really nice feature, especially if you're a DIY guy and doing it at home and you use the cable clamp and you don't put it in a press. You can just, move the cord in and out to where when you draw back that it hits that timing perfectly, and then you're good to go. And then also, I like to talk about the launcher arm.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to talk about.
So the cool thing about the launcher arm is if you're doing any spot and stalking, this cannot be pushed down by hand. So there whether different rests, you can actually take the launcher arm and you can forcibly knock it down to be flat. When you pop this arm up, it stays up until you shoot the bow or you take your fingers and you engage that red knob on the side.
Yep.
So if you guys that want to spot and stalk, you don't have to worry about when you're moving around, that rest arm drops and then your arrow flies out to the side.
Mm-hmm. So one thing I kind of want to leapfrog off of what Cromer was saying is, one thing that really impressed me about this rest is a lot of cable-driven dropaways, you have a little bit of like sponge or play. So imagine, you draw your bow back and maybe you get a little bit more aggressive in your back wall. Well, that causes that rest to also stretch a little bit, because some of the other cable-driven rest, they click up into like let's say a 75-degree angle.
Sure.
But as you draw your bow, it kind of comes to a 90, and you'll notice that there's a little bit of sponge, a little bit of play. And what I really like about this rest is when you lock it into place,
yes,
it does not move. When you draw your bow back, it stays. So you're always going to have you're always going to have that really consistent, that launcher is going to be really consistent in the exact same spot every time you shoot.
So yeah, what Matt's saying is when you draw your bow back and the cable is getting pulled down by your bow, this arm does not move. The launcher arm does not move up with the cable as it goes down.
Yep.
So that's just an extra piece of accuracy on this rest. What else?
What about the torture test that they put this thing through?
So yeah, they've done the testing, and they shot that in-house over 250,000 times
without failure.
And it still kept going. So if and when you upgrade to the Guru, it's gonna be something that's going to last for 5+ years.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably not too many guys that can shoot 250,000 shots.
No, you're gonna blow out the bearings in your bow before you do anything else.
That is true. That is true.
Like, you're not gonna even get close to that amount of arrows.
Yeah.
That rest will outperform your bow before anything else.
Yeah, I mean, let's be realistic. Most guys are not going to shoot that many
250,000 arrows
in 10 years.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, so the sear system inside is top of the notch. I can't really give specifics on it, but
it's based off of, if you're familiar with AAE products, it's based off of the Prophecy rest. So you can also look at some reviews on that. And I know that AAE just dropped a brand new Prophecy QD, which is a quick disconnect version. So this is just a more affordable version of that rest with all the same capabilities and the qualities
and
there.
Accuracy.
And
I can't promise this, but this is just my own opinion. So please, if they made this rest, just imagine what's in down the road.
Yeah.
Seriously, if Redline can come up with this,
well,
and this is
powered by AE, but
yeah.
When they work with companies like that and they can brainstorm,
and they've only been around for how long?
2 years. Yeah.
Can you imagine what's going to come in year 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, and then not to say that we have a big pool, but like, I know for a fact Cromer and I are going to be in Weston's ear. Hey, if you want our opinion, this is what we would change about it. And it may not go anywhere, but it may.
Yeah.
Like, if we kind of like, hey, we really want to see micro adjust on the next one, or hey, we want to see this. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen? But
and then one more thing, as I installed this rest, it had a really cool the felt. It's not even felt; it's foam, and it's like proprietary to AAE. I can't remember what they called it, but the foam was like I
don't remember.
Didn't he call it like pig skin? Or
yes, I think that's what they
hog
called it.
Skin or something.
Pig skin, I think. And it was very different than anything else I've installed. It's like a foam. It's not like a regular felt, so it's super, super quiet.
Right, super quiet, but harder. and lasts
Oh, it's like real.
so much longer than that
Yeah.
felt. I hate
The felt's annoying.
the felt.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Because it wears out.
When you're shooting it,
fast.
correct. When you shoot and sometimes, I don't know if anybody, I'm sure people have figured this out. Sometimes when the felt gets worn down, it squeaks. Anybody ever
Yep.
notice
Yes.
that?
I've had that.
Dude,
happen.
I'm not going to mention brands, but like I've
Yeah.
spit on my other rest. I'm like, before I go hunting,
Yeah, it's-
I'll like spit on my arrow and then like rub my arrow back and forth because I swear you'll draw back and it'll go.
You will, because your felts wore out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's a good point about
And my
that
felt's
pig
always
skin.
coming off.
Yep, it's the worst.
So let's talk about what you get in the if you buy a Guru, what comes in the box?
When you buy a Guru.
Yeah, when
Yeah. When you buy a Guru, so it looks like we got a felt pad.
for the top, not for this bar up here.
Yep.
You were just dogging on felt, but it's not being touched by your
It's
arrow.
for your. I don't even know
The
what you
felt
call
is
that.
just in case your arrow,
Yeah.
if you
happens
bump
to
your
come up.
arrow up and it touches
It won't make noise. Correct.
So we got the felt that goes on top of your. Let's call it your arrow cage.
Yeah,
Cage.
cage, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you've got your hog skin or pig skin or whatever you were saying with the launcher.
Yep.
And then
That's just an arrow.
we have a arrow holder.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Like it sits on the shelf of your
Yeah.
bow. It's a little rubber, and then obviously the hardware to install it.
Yep.
But
Yeah, but I was, and this is like tournament archery quality for hunting bows. So like, if you gave me that and I
at a great price point.
at a good price point,
This is
I would not be scared to throw this on a target rig right now.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I would absolutely throw that. If I was like out of their blade rests, I would throw one of those on as like a backup.
that's saying a lot because
that's-
Cromer's very picky.
Sure.
Cromer doesn't say that about anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like he's so picky that surprises me that like
I would put that on.
that he and that just shows the quality of the rest because
Yeah, and I love AE stuff, which is they're partnered with them.
they're
so it's
powered. Yeah.
powered partnered. It's it's good. And I respect the heck out of the fact that they reached out to a well-known excellent company to work with them, and you're getting the quality out the gate. They didn't try to figure out on their own and be like, well, hopefully this works, and
Yeah.
they didn't do that. So I'm excited. I'm excited that we get to all run it because, to be honest with you, I've never set up too many AAE hunting rests before. So I'm excited to start pushing that with all of my people that I bring in for bow tuning every year. And, it's going to be an option.
Yeah, because
I probably should have a couple of these in my basement to help sell,
Honestly.
because I was going to say this, and I didn't because I had too much going through my head. If you are somebody that is wanting to upgrade your accessories, the first thing that you do want to upgrade is your rest. And I was talking to Kevin, and we were talking about like if you're having accuracy issues, sometimes the first thing you need to look at is the launcher arm of your rest. And if you have like a starter drop away,
And weren't you having that problem, Kevin?
Yeah, so when I first got my bow last year set up, I just got the cheaper rest because in my mind it's like it's a good quality name brand rest, but it's their entry level one.
correct.
So I got it home, was shooting, and like my groups were like the size of like a basketball at like 30, 40 yards, and I'm not as good a shooter as Cromer is by any means, but like I'm better than a basketball at 30 or 40 yards.
Right.
And I couldn't figure out why it was doing this or anything like that. So I took it over to Cromer. He's like, hey, well, look at the launcher for fletching marks of, I think you called it like bounce back.
Yeah. It's a bounce back
Yeah,
issue.
go for it. And then after we fixed that, it was just a defective brand new entry level rest.
Yeah.
So once we got that figured out, he got me fixed up.
So is it real quick from my own brain? Is it that it's not dropping fast enough, or is it actually bouncing back up and hitting the?
It's bouncing back up and hitting the arrow as it's coming out of the bow.
Gotcha.
Most of the time.
Because like a lot of like different brands, they'll have like timing issues where it won't drop out of the way fast enough.
Yeah, that's
You don't think that's the case?
what happens with that is you get this loud crack noise.
Gotcha.
And that's what happens. What happens is
A lot of times you'll break them first time. Yeah.
If you don't time, so that goes back to how nice the timing is on this rest. You can't really screw it up if you have eyeballs and you look at it.
Which is everybody.
Hopefully.
You shoot a bow.
If you're shooting a bow.
Hopefully. But this is the crazy thing. There are brands, I don't want to drop names too bad, but there's brands where you think you got the timing right and you did a decent job and it's not correct. And you have either what happens is you shoot your bow, and when you shoot it, you just hear this loud cracking noise. And that's what happened is your arrow is blowing through.
Making the rest drop.
Yes, it's forcing the rest to drop. That's bad. So if you hear a cracking noise, stop. That means your timing is wrong. And then...
Or your limb just blew up.
Yeah. Check everything, actually. But there's a good chance that your rest just didn't drop out of the way fast enough.
Yeah.
And then, like Kevin and I were talking about, if you have a cheaper one, there is no internal brake system like there is with the Guru. And what happens is when you shoot, your launcher drops, and then it comes back up and catches your fletchings on the way out.
Just a little nick.
Just a little nick, and that is plenty to screw up.
Makes a big difference, yeah.
And it drives me nuts because a lot of package deals come with that entry-level rest. And I'm not exaggerating. When I worked at a pro shop, I dealt with that every single day. And it made me so mad because it doesn't matter how you time those stupid rests, the entry-level ones, you would always get bounce back issues every time. It drove me insane. I could talk for an hour about how many rests I tried to get correct. So back to the starting point of this is the first accessory you should be upgrading if you're looking to upgrade is your rest. Yeah. That is the most important thing for accuracy to start. So start with a Guru. And then, like I said, there's the internal braking system where your launcher arm on the Guru will not come back. If your timing is correct, you're going to be good to go on that. I worked with Aaron, like I said earlier, and I got it installed in just a couple minutes. And we had we took some footage of it getting shot, and it was beautiful. Worked great.
Awesome.
It's a cool looking rest too.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys' first impressions like on the rest?
I thought it was slick. Yeah, I think it's got a slick look to it.
Mm-hmm. Hold it, Jerry.
Pass it over. Here's.
I really like everything that has this thing up here because I move around a lot.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I like that they give you the felt to put on it to make it quiet.
And what he's talking about is like the cage above.
Top, yeah, so your arrow can't pop out. But I thought it was a slick look. I'm excited to get to shoot it, test it out. I shoot a lot of arrows, so I'm excited to give it the real full go.
Put her through the paces.
Yeah. Well, according to what the torture test.
Yeah, I
don't think you're going to be shooting.
I don't think that I'll have too many issues. I mean, I shoot a lot, but I don't shoot nothing near that.
250,000.
But I've shot some. I have kind of not really wore out, but I've run into a lot of rest issues with a couple different brands.
Yeah. Well, they only last so long. Like, let's be honest. Yep. Like they only last so long.
And I'm really excited to.
And honestly,
hopefully find the one.
If you do shoot, let's be hypothetical. If you shoot 100,000 arrows, that launch arm's easy to replace if you do wear it out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to take a lot. And honestly, the wearing out is going to be you drawing it back and the arrow rubbing on the rest as you draw back.
The launcher.
That's going to be the wearing out that you do.
Yeah.
So they'll offer whatever you need to replace things.
Which is awesome. Kev, what are your first impressions?
I on my cheaper drop away like this, like you guys already mentioned, when you pull your bow back and you pull this string down, it
cable.
The cable, it pulled the launcher back a little bit, and this is just rock solid. I don't know like what kind of mechanism they have in here, but it's almost like, a spring or something in there. Like you can pull this cable and that launcher's rock solid.
Oh, and also very important as well, which this should be with every high-end rest, when you let down, that stays up. The forks, the launcher arm stays up.
Yeah.
So you can let down on an animal and it not make a bunch of noise. Yeah. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, we'll get some close-ups of all this.
Yeah, we'll get some B-roll.
This thing is slick. I am really excited to shoot this thing. And I do like the look. I like the little red handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a great accent piece.
Yeah.
It is. For sure.
It's nice.
I'm excited.
So what? Let's talk a little bit more about their products.
Yeah, but not only the rests. We're excited.
Yeah,
we got more. Yeah, we got.
Good grief, do they have
stabilizers?
We got staves coming. We got sights coming. We got quivers coming. Why don't we talk a little bit about what they offer, and then kind of like maybe what we're planning on running this year, and then I think that we'll probably wrap up the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kev, you want to start?
So it looks like they offer multiple different quivers, sights, anything from
everything from
single
fixed
pin,
fixed sights, everything from a single pin to a 5-pin. I think
they got that bridge lock accessory where you can push it into the Matthews risers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's
a lot of
what
guys
I'll
like
be
that.
shooting.
Yeah, for sure. They offer different length stabilizers as well, 12, 10, 6s.
6.
I assume there's an 8 maybe in there somewhere.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think it's
For
6.
stabilizer?
Yeah, for
there's
stabilizer.
an
Yeah.
6, 8, 10, and 12, I think were their numbers. And they had, a 3-arrow quiver, or 2 3-arrows, and
A 2-arrow quiver, a 3-arrow
A
quiver.
2, 3, a 5.
and 2
a
6s.
6.
Yeah.
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 Carbon.
Here's the thing. This is becoming the one-stop shop.
Yeah. For
One thing
accessories.
that I dislike is that a lot of times you have to get this brand of this,
Yes.
this brand of that, this brand of that.
I
This is-
agree.
This is becoming our one-stop. Okay, they have so many different options of sights, quivers. Now they have the rest, the stabilizers. Now you're able to get everything, same brand
I love that
of
too.
everything that you like. Everything's going to have a similar look,
Yeah.
and it's going to be
Feel.
something that you can trust.
Yep.
And for me, that's big when you can have the same. I mean, some guys like to have just, one of everything, but having somewhere that you can go to get quality gear that's all the same, that's big.
Yep.
I really, really like that.
Yeah, one thing I want to touch, I kind of want to leapfrog on what Jarrett said, is like confidence, right? So like in archery, confidence is everything.
Yep.
Like, seriously, you can run let's say the cheapest setup possible, and if you're super confident and the bow shoots
It'll
halfway
kill.
decent, it'll kill a deer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, if you're confident with your setup, it's just going to make you that much better of a shooter. For one, you're going to enjoy shooting your bow, so you're going to want to shoot it more. And for two, if you're confident in your setup, I can't say it enough. When you draw back on that deer of a lifetime, or even a doe, whatever, okay, I've done this in the yard a million times. I'm going to put the pin right here. I'm going to squeeze real slow, and boom, she's going to go off, and I'm going to kill that deer.
Yeah.
And like, first of all, it comes back to what I'm getting at is the confidence comes back to equipment, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you don't have the proper equipment, and if you're not confident in your equipment, you're not going to shoot good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
definitely.
common sense, but it, like a lot of guys don't think about that.
Yeah.
And but
And I love how they're making everything affordable.
Yeah. They are definitely not
That
like
is
taking all
awesome.
your money. Yeah.
But hey, I want to emphasize one thing though. A lot of guys when they're like, "Oh, we're running affordable gear, whatever," it's quality.
Yeah, they think that you're compromising quality because you're saying affordable.
You're not.
But we're not.
and in
That's the
reality,
thing.
a $300 sight is not. I would not
I
classify
would call it
that as.
affordable.
I would not. Well, comparably, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What you're getting.
Yeah, correct.
I want to talk about this real quick. I'm wanting to run the Torch this year, so that's their like flagship site. It's the one that won all the awards at ATA, etc. That thing, Cromer and I were talking about this the other day on the phone. For like the price point, I don't know if you can beat it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like for because we were playing with it at ATA, the quality to price point is, in my opinion, unmatched.
So far, yeah.
So
In the
far.
industry, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would agree.
And then also something cool about that Torch is like a lot of guys will have a sight tape like on the side, or you can think of like a metal sight tape where you've got an indicator kind of arrow on your sight and you roll it from the side. But then also think of like HHA,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
They have the dial.
Yep.
So the Torch has both, which is in my mind just
It's cool.
no brainer. Like
Yeah.
if you like the round dial with like the tape that wraps
Paper
around,
tape.
Yeah.
you've got that option. If you're a guy that's a sight tape guy, you've got that option. And you know what else is cool? And they might have changed this, but at ATA when I was talking to the guy, there's a couple other brands that I absolutely hate this. They will send you a paper copy. It's a sticker basically, and you can cut out the little notches.
Yep.
But they don't send you the metal tapes.
Oh, sure.
You have to buy them separately. One thing, and don't quote me on this because they may have changed it, but at ATA, at least the guy telling me about it he was saying that, and I just remember this because I hate how I have to always buy the different sight tape.
Yeah.
This sight is coming with every single metal sight tape that they make.
It comes
Yes.
with 20 in its front and back, so you really
Yep.
get 40.
Yep.
That's a
So
lot.
like, there's a couple. The brand that I'm actually running right now, they send you the paper, you get what you want, and then you have to buy the sight tape separate
Yeah.
for like $6 or something. And I'm like, dude, that's don't even get me started. But like, just they're thinking about the customer, they're thinking about the quality, and I appreciate that because
Yep.
it doesn't cost them anything to throw that in there, and they're not trying to make an extra dollar off
Yeah.
of somebody.
Yeah, they just want you to have what you need.
Yep.
And that's a company that you want.
Yeah, but super excited to run Redline stuff. Like we said, everybody on the team is going to be outfitted in their gear. We should be getting actually when this podcast airs, we've already done everything.
Yeah.
With what we've already got everything. It's in our hands.
Yeah.
So we're super excited. But
Yeah.
That's wraps it up, though.
It's a blast, dude. This is a blast.
I love it. Hopefully this year we can get some big old bucks on the ground
and
get some pictures.
I would like for you to go to. There's a tournament in August, and I would like locally for us in Ashland, Ohio, August 12th.
Don't even think about coming. I'm running my hunting bow.
I want you guys to test out your Redline equipment at this tournament coming up on August 12th.
Okay.
All right.
I want you guys to come.
Fine. I will.
0 to 80 yards.
Yep.
At Ashland Bowman, and I'm not running my target rig.
Matt's going to be shooting, and
I bet you I can beat you with my hunting bow.
I would love that.
Data, let's go, son.
I would love that.
Me and you hunting bow.
You guys can partner. And
see how I was shooting the other day?
Is this where you're shooting the paper target?
Yeah, the Safari.
With an orange dot.
You're getting smoked, son.
This is good. I like this. We got a challenge. Let's put a poll up. Or let's put some money on this.
Maybe when it gets a little closer.
Yeah. He's got to shoot his bow a little bit and see if he can shoot it.
I shot it pretty good the other day at your house.
Yeah, you did.
I was stacking them in there.
Yeah, you shot good.
I'll even shoot the button so it's fair. Button on button.
That's good because I won't have my hinge.
Well, Kevy will be there
I'll
too.
be there.
He'll be shooting that hinge and he'll just be smoking us all. He'll be showing us.
Attaboy, Kev.
He'll be putting up a clinic.
I'll have to get an etcher and put my name in that release then.
Go for it.
Do it.
But yeah,
Yep. Redline boys. You're going to have to check them out.
My point there was I want us to run the Redline equipment at that tournament to show.
we just totally cut Cromer
I
off.
want us to run all the Redline equipment at that tournament to show like the precision quality of.
No pressure
of
on
the
old
Redline.
Matty and Jared and Kev now.
Now,
I ain't worried about it.
Jerry says, "Give me the jersey, baby. I'll wear whatever you
Oh,
want."
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate anybody that
Yeah.
stuck around this
You listen
far.
this long?
Listen to us ramble about our plans. I know that there's at least somebody out there, and if you are listening, we greatly appreciate it. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, like I truly appreciate you. If you'd be so kind, leave us a review. Whatever you're listening to, whether it's Apple, Spotify, whatever. Drop us a 5-star review or whatever the highest rating is in your. See, I'm not familiar with anything else besides Apple, but
I think it's all 5-star.
Yep, it's all 5-star. They all have 5-star ratings.
give us a 5-star and then give us a rating. And then if you're watching on YouTube, please, we spend a lot of time in that on the YouTube game. So, give us a like, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And that's all I got.
Send us home, Kev.
Yeah, well, we got a Ladies of the Outdoor series coming up next. So we got some ladies that we're going to talk to, that good role models for your wife, girlfriend, daughters, somebody to get out there.
Yeah, it'll be a good series.
actually
It'll
get
be
it
something
done.
a little different that not a lot of people are doing. We're excited about it. And, it'll definitely be like 100% good role models.
Yes, so 100%. So, okay, thanks for listening, guys. And remember, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. You can always be born again, and born again is out.
Peace.